Hello from Michigan and my new studio space where it is super hot and super turquoise or teal. Not a bad color, just won't stay this way. It's not ideal for painting, for me anyway. In today's video post, I wanted to talk about failing. I recently came across a story about how Pema Chodron was asked to give a commencement speech at her niece's graduation at Naropa, and she talked about failing. And the essence of her message was that maybe what we need as humans is to fail more often, fail better, and fail openly, and that maybe it is our failing that makes us more human. And also just sharing our failing with each other. I haven't read the complete transcript, but just a little bit that I do know has got me thinking. And I have quite a bit in mind creatively for the next year in terms of writing and my art and the work that I want to do with my clients and for my clients. And so I can't help but think that failure is going to play a big part. And I've been thinking of ways that I can do this, fail more often and fail openly. I think it also ties in well with this idea that I think it's pretty well established now, the idea of 10,000 hours of deep practice to establish mastery. And I think that there is something about failing openly that has a tendency or aiming towards something that might result in failing openly, that has a tendency to draw you into a deeper practice. Whereas if you are always in seclusion, maybe it's just the quality of your engagement and your attention is not the same. I'm wondering this for myself anyway. I'm wondering if that's the case, that all the hours that I've spent writing in it's just some of the journals and notebooks you can see up there, stories, short stories, nonfiction, fiction, all the painting that I've worked on for hours and hours in isolation. Not that it's wasted, but if I can't somehow accelerate my learning process and my mastery, and also just deepen my own humanity by sharing more of my progress and process and my failing along the way, because there's been no shortage of it. I think that there's a tendency to want to show just our shiny selves to the world, which is part of the reason that I'm making this post today, because I don't have makeup on. I have this kind of my sort of grubby work tank. It does say create something that will last forever, but and in my studio space I'm so grateful to have, but it's also nothing that's going to pop up on Pinterest anytime soon for desirable art space. So anyway, these are my thoughts lately. Failing more often, failing openly. I'm thinking also of a story that one of my brothers recently shared with me about how there was this competition set up for builders of airplanes, and this is back when flying was still novel, and they had set up 2 posts, and the originators of the contest had meant for that anybody who could engineer a plane that would fly a figure 8 between the posts would win, and would win a sizable amount of cash and assumably some investment money as well. And that many people spent a lot of money and long hours trying to come up with the perfect aircraft, but in the end, it was one gentleman who had just done as many iterations as he could as cheaply as possible, so that he could test them all out, bring it back down, test it all out again. That was the man that eventually won the prize. So all of these things, these constellated thoughts, I've had this mosaic of thinking that I'm trying to decipher into what it means for me and what's next for me lately, and thinking of what's next for my coaching clients as well, who are working on their own creative projects, and thinking about what it means for my art and in my writing. So I'd love to hear your stories on failing and failing more often, failing more openly and failing better, and what failing better might look like. So I would love to hear from you, either an email, leah@leahcb.com, or in the comments, or you can find me on Facebook. So as always, you can find out about my coaching at www.leahcb.com. Through the end of October, I'm extending my special summer rate, which is half price off single sessions, as many sessions as you want, but the offer will end October 31st. And you can check out my art and my studio notes at www.leahcbart.com. Thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.